Big Gangsta on one side and Mac Daddy on the other. David Evans, take us through this tale of the tape.
So we have Macaela Parker. She's 30 years old, 5'5", weighing in at 103.8 pounds. And her opponent, Kyla from Milwaukee, age 25, has a youth on her side here. Right, 5'1", 103.8 pounds. Excuse me.
First round, you ready?
Virtually identical
first round, you ready?
else.
Let's go.
From luge to inside the APFC ring, wasting no time. The Mac Daddy, Macaela Parker, some knees up against the fence. A lot of clinch work early, David.
Man, she came out like a piston there, just ready to fight and get her hands on her opponent, and now she's in a good position here, having her opponent's back against the cage.
Big Gangsta, Kyla Pitts, trying to work those overhooks on both sides.
And you kind of see the Muay Thai background, landing those knees, have the double underhooks. Good head position here. I mean, this is a good position for her to dominate.
Tom DeValice with a separation and a warning. Again, Macaela Parker making the debut. Maybe unsure of some of the rules, David.
Yeah, you know, I just think she's a little antsy. You know, she got to know the sport a little bit to get in here. She's probably just a little antsy and anxious, as you can see with her intensity right off the bat.
Mac Daddy taking the center, really controlling the space here. Entering. Great work from Kyla Pitts, though, staying upright.
I love that, and I love some of the short shots she's kind of throwing there in the clinch. A lot of times when fighters get in a position, they think we got to stay in this one position. She's in the clinch. She's looking to strike. She's looking to throw knees. She's looking to throw those short potting shots. I think that's high-level striking right there.
Beautiful determination and perseverance right here from Macaela Parker. Now trying with a trip, but Pitts wise to it and avoids it. You know, interesting, when asked why she fights, Macaela Parker said that she wanted to be an inspiration for kids that needed somebody to fight for them. As a kid, I needed someone to fight for me, and here she is, motivating the masses with a beautiful takedown, David.
Man, that was a beautiful trip there. You know, just kind of settled in that position, didn't rush it, tried it the first time, it didn't work, went back to it when the window was there, and now she's in a great position here on top.
Trying to transition to that left side. Kyla Pitts, though, beautiful reversal potentially. Finds her way almost back to the feet, and she pops up. Again, really good awareness from Kyla Pitts here.
Great adjustment there. She didn't give up the position. She got taken down. She never stopped fighting. Looked for her opening, looked for her window to gain an advantage and took it. And now she's back on her feet here, looking for the head norm toss.
And she almost gets it. Beautiful work by Macaela Parker there. 40 seconds left in round number one. This first fight is brought to you by Toyo Tires. There are no tougher tires on the market, David Evans.
Man, I'm going to have to hit Toyo, man. My tires were burning out on the way here.
When we think about the judging of round number one, it would seem like Macaela Parker has just done a little bit more in all areas of mixed martial arts to earn a 10-9 on the scorecards.
Yes, I'm liking what I'm seeing from both athletes, but Macaela came out, took the center right away, put her opponents back against the cage, got the takedown, and she just seems to be the aggressor here.
Love it. Final 10 seconds. Macaela Parker trying to work on a potential submission. Now just with a few short shots. Really dominating in this side control position, David. Kyla's had no answers for getting out of that.
Just kind of hanging on. You know, we saw her kind of get up to her feet the first time around, but I think her opponent's just tough and strong. I got to give round one to Mac Daddy here.
When we think about the adjustments that the big gangsta Kyla Pitts can potentially make, what would you suggest in round number two?
She has to get off her back foot. So her opponent initially came out like a piston, as we see in the replay, put her back against the cage and took her down. I don't think it was necessarily that her opponent is more skilled. Her opponent just went first. So what Pitts needs to do is just come out here, take the center, and match that intensity. Right here we have the head norm throw, which I thought was beautiful. However, she never settled into that position.
It's interesting that somebody who is sort of, within the last 5 years, been competing in Muay Thai, the better grappler.
You know what? I think it's more so just Muay Thai. People forget they have a lot of clinch work. A lot of clinch work is done in Muay Thai. It's almost the basis at the highest level, because when you have two equal strikers, the clinch is what separates the two often.
Big gangsta Kyla Pitts and Mac Daddy Macaela Parker The body language of Pitts leaving a little bit to be desired as we enter round number 2. 3 minutes to see any potential adjustments.
Once again, Mac Daddy coming out. She has control of the center, and that was the adjustment we said that Parker needed to make. She's comfortable taking one too many steps back, but perhaps trying to lure her opponent into that big shot as we just saw.
Power of Pitts definitely could be presented with a connection. Missed on that one, and Parker at this range, I feel, can just do this all day.
Yeah, she seems very comfortable, and, you know, just being a striker and she's long, she has the length advantage there. She's going to be comfortable just kind of picking her opponent out outside from range.
Some feints from Kyla Pitts, maybe trying to show a level change potentially, but not really committing to much.
I'm seeing Pitts do that level change, and I like it, but I feel like she's telegraphing that big right hand a little bit too much there.
Parker just controlling the octagon, forcing Pitts around and around. Comes into the big leg kick, connects there with the left hand.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Parker so far. She's sticking to her game plan. One thing I would like to see, knowing that opponent has that big shot, I would like to see a little more head movement as she enters. Because even though she's up and she's comfortable, you just never know in this game.
It is a game of inches, and one punch can change the complexion of any fight. Just like that. Could have been an opportunity for Kyla Pitts. Minute 30 remains in round number 2.
Kyla Pitts starting to style and move a little bit. I kind of like the energy. She just needs to continue to come forward after those attacks. She's landing one shot and then settling, landing one shot and settling. She needs to follow up, maybe throw strikes and punches.
One thing to note, not many nerves for Macaela Parker making the debut here tonight in mixed martial arts. She seems as confident as a veteran inside the Apfc arena here.
Hey, with a name like Mac Daddy, I better believe that she has that mentality. She has nothing to prove, man, and she came out here confident as ever, and it's paying off for her so far.
60 seconds remain in round number 2. Parker with the underhooks on both sides, working some knees inside the clinch. Again, Kyla Pitts needed to find an answer here in round number 2 and maybe start getting some things in motion, but 2 minutes through, doesn't feel like she has.
Yeah, she's looking a little too comfortable with her back against the cage. I mean, I like the confidence where she feels like she could get out, but maybe we just pick up the pace and getting those escapes a little bit more.
Oh, Parker comes forward. Seemed like Kyla Pitts was a little bit unfocused for a moment. Parker wanted to capitalize. Each woman clinching. Pitts with a big takedown here at the end of round number 2.
Pitts going with that head norm throw again. Looks like she may have gotten it, but Parker keeps fighting and making the adjustment. Now she's on top in the dominant position.
Final 10 seconds. Macaela Mac Daddy Parker is in the driver's seat of this one. We head to a third and final round here in the Waukesha Expo Center.
Man, I like what I'm seeing from Parker. I actually ran into her in the elevator yesterday, and we were coming from the event. We had a bit of a conversation, and you can just kind of see the confidence and swagger just reverberating off her, and she carried that over here into the cage tonight.
Final 3 minutes for Kyla Pitts to earn her first victory inside mixed martial arts. Seems like we mentioned in round number 2, a little bit too focused on the overhand. Seems like in round number 3, what can she do?
A little bit too focused on the overhand, and she's just a little bit too relaxed. As we saw right here, she got relaxed, and her opponent just charges forward with punches and strikes and bunches, and now she's on her back foot with her back against the cage, which has really been the story of this fight. I think Parker here just keeps fighting through every position. She gets thrown on her back. She's like a cat. I'm not there too long. Bounces right back, gets on top here. So I think this fight is a battle and a testament of personality. You have the relaxed fighter looking for the bomb, and you have the other fighter just putting pedal to the metal and trying to get the W.
Tom DeVlies gets us going for round number 3 as our Atomweight bout comes to a potential close between Kyla Pitts and Macaela Parker.
Parker, for the 3rd time in a row, marches forward, takes the center of the cage. Pitts a little too comfortable just staying on the outside. Perhaps she's just trying to catch her opponent, you know, sleeping with a big shot, as we saw. But it's just too much of an advantage so far for the other person.
Parker pushing forward all fight. Doesn't change, but Kyla Pitts with a big connection and a throw.
Exactly what we thought she was looking for. The big shot right to that head and arm throw. And now she's in a dominant position. Now let's see who is willing to outlast this position. Who's going to end up on top? Pitts doesn't exactly have the position. Even though she's on top, this is still like 50-50 Pitts and Parker. Me being a wrestler, the ideology here is the higher hips usually win, and that's the battle you're going to see here. Whoever can get their hips higher is going to end up on top here in this position.
Kyla Pitts has 2 minutes to get the job done, but Macaela Parker sneaks an arm behind. That could be tight.
Now you got it. Be patient. Set that lock up for me.
Looks like it's not quite under the chin, but, you know, 1 or 2 adjustments, and this could be the end of the fight. She's on that line. She's throwing the line here.
Get that top part locked. Get that top part locked.
Pitt's still fighting the hands here. She's still in this.
You can go short choke, bring your elbow in, squeeze and breathe, honey. Yep. You're beautiful.
What I like from Parker here, even though she has a dominant position, she's not answering. She's just relaxed, just looking for an opening. And I think there's some blood there. I don't know if that's on the side of Parker or Pitts there. Parker did take that big shot. Maybe it's from that big right hand, perhaps.
Most challenging moment so far for both. Macaela Parker definitely busted open, but in a dominant position. She's got the back here. Here you can see Parker finding the back, working deeper with that submission, but Kyla Pitts wise to it. Her defense has held up through the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, man, I like what I see. You know, even she's still fighting here, still a little bit too relaxed, man. You got 48 seconds here to prove your worth in this cage, man. Let's just move. Don't worry about where you're trying to get. Just move and look for an opening. And Pitts is fighting hands, doing everything right, but the mentality needs to change.
Upping the urgency is definitely the #1 priority, but Pitts trying to turn back in. Parker flows with it. I am deeply impressed by the grappling acumen of Macaela Mac Daddy Parker, and she's fighting through. That could be quite deep, David.
That looks very, very deep. You know, just 1 or 2 adjustments, get that elbow a little bit tighter. But Pitts just fighting those hands and not giving up here. Look, man, the Muay Thai fighter came out here and is putting on a grappling clinic, man. I like everything I'm seeing here from Mac Daddy Parker.
Final 5 seconds, Macaela Parker once again finding herself in the driver's seat. It's been a familiar spot for her all 3 rounds. Gotta believe that the Mac Daddy has done enough to win the judge's decision on the scorecards. David, your thoughts on that fight overall?
I think Parker definitely swept all 3 rounds. However, that fight wasn't as easy as you may think because her opponent stayed in it the whole time, put her in some danger, landed some big shots, and Parker just fought through the entire fight. I like what I saw from both fighters. I think this fight for Parker just took her to a whole nother level.
And for Kyla Pitts, a lot of academic opportunities there as well. I think she knows what she needs to work on. But David Evans, round number 3, take us through the tape.
Right here, round number 3 was pretty much the story of round number 3. Macaela Parker just riding the back, looking for that choke the entire time. We had Pitts on the defensive, as we saw throughout the fight, fighting hands, fighting through, staying tough, wasn't able to exactly get out into a dominant position, and Parker just kind of held true to what she was looking for, and she came out on top.
Mac Daddy with a statement debut in the APFC arena. I can't wait to see her come back, David. I'm down for another Mac Daddy fight.
Hey, if she fights like that, I'd watch her fight every weekend, if you ask me, Ben.
And already really decorating this canvas with some crimson blood. I mean, fight number 1, David, we've got some leakage.
How do we top that? How do we top that, man? That's Macaela Mac Daddy Parker might be the toughest act to follow tonight. Or if anything, if we're trending in that direction, it's going to be an exciting night here tonight, man.
We take it inside to Mike Hansen to make this judge's decision official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards for decision. The judges scored the contest 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Macaela Parker.
Macaela Parker with a great debut, dominating all 3 rounds. She had the Muay Thai background, but didn't really need to use a whole heck of a lot of it. The grappling success was really what paved her performance here tonight, David.